In this video, we look at a circuit that I came up with, a sort of ring mod and tremolo fuzz style of effect. If you'd like to skip to the explanation to how the circuit works in the rest of the Wednesday vlog, I'll put the timestamp to skip the demonstration. Let's get started. So, how the circuit works. The guitar signal comes in through the input, and of course I've got a 10K to 10 mega ohm resistor, preventing static electricity and other things from building up at the gate, prevent popping and all that good stuff. Then we have a 10 mega ohm resistor on the feedback of this op amp. This stage right here is the preamp section, and it preamplifies it for the next stage, which is the modulation section right here. Over here we have a simple square wave oscillator. How this circuit works, I'll go over this in just a sec, how the modulation works, but the output of the modulator is also pulled down by a 10K resistor, and it is fed into a little mixer circuit here. You notice I have a 280K resistor for the dry signal coming in. This is because when the dry signal comes in, it's a lot higher. It's a lot more intense than the modulated signal coming out. There's a loss. So to keep everything nice and even, I had to put that resistor in there. We have right here a 200K potentiometer, and at either end of the potentiometer we have the wet and dry. Of course, this is for the series mode. I'll go over how the shunt mode works. It's pretty similar otherwise. It is then fed from the mixer to this output buffer, and there we have a little 10K pull down and also another 10K resistor in series. This is because the output is actually quite high as well. A lot higher than a pedal should be. Down here we have the power supply section. We have these two 470 ohm resistors creating a virtual ground for the system. Notice these two diodes. These two diodes right here, these two rectifier diodes, serve two purposes. One is, I just noticed it helps with preventing a lot of the square wave from bleeding into the output. I think it has to do with the dirty ground or something. I've tried all different kinds of resistors. Of course, they have to be the same, otherwise your ground is actually not going to be perfectly centered. Another thing this does is prevent reverse polarity, which will kill the LM324, which is providing these 4 op amps. You can see these two are configured as voltage followers. This voltage follower right here is to prevent this part of the circuit from causing all kinds of pitch fluctuations. It's real nasty if you don't. So this uses all 4 op amps of the LM324. And in this case, it is a center negative DC supply. It's really sucky that that's the standard, because then you have to use an insulated jack, but this is pretty standard for pedals. But just in case you plug in one that isn't center negative, these diodes will save your circuit from certain destruction. This thing won't stay still. So originally, let me just move this mic crane down a little bit. There we go. Originally, I had it based on a diode bridge modulator, which has sort of like a bridge rectifier kind of configuration. Damn it. But instead of this functioning as a bridge rectifier to these ones where it's the same polarity meeting, you add a differential square wave. So you can see I'm drawing this one completely inverted, and of course you feed your signal in and your signal out if it's in series. If it is in shunt configuration, then this actually goes to ground. and it is placed across instead of in line. So I was toying around with it, and I started pulling diodes and other components from the circuit, and what I ended up with was two diodes, and both their tips are pointing at each other, and the square wave is fed in through here, and of course you've got your signal in and signal out, but coming off screen. And also, if you put in shunt configuration again, one end goes to ground. This is very similar to a type of modulator. It's called a switching modulator. Uses the switching property of diodes. And I'll put it up on the screen how exactly this works. But this circuit that I designed has undergone many changes. It started out as more like a ring modulator, and it had this is just the modulation section. It's not even it doesn't even have the preamp or any of the other buffers. So I'll put up on the screen what my breadboard looked like before. And if I just set my breadboard down onto the table, I don't know if it's blurry or not. These are just two 1 in 60 diodes. You can use, as I showed before, you can use rectifier diodes. You can use LEDs. Each of them have their own little special properties, but yeah, you can see the mixer knob. And the oscillator section is on this end. Then it goes to this buffer. Got the two tips there. You've got your preamp here. Goes through goes up through the diodes and out down to the mixer, and then to the output buffer. And these two capacitors, they're 1 microfarad each. They form the 2 microfarad for the oscillator right here. Literally nobody entered into my free art drawing. Like, come on, not even Blaze the Firewolf. He's been asking for commissions again and again, and when an opportunity comes up, he's not even there. I mean, he's like the first one in my notification squad. I don't know what's wrong. Am I crazy? Is my art really that bad? Also, there's no channel showcase this week. Haven't really come across any channel worthy of that. If you'd like to enter into this channel showcase, there's an example, by the way, in my other Wednesday vlog episodes. There are only 2 requirements. 1, you must have less than 10,000 subscribers, and 2, your content must interest me. The free furry art drawing is still open. But I'm really wonder if there's going to be any people entering into it. Like, you just put your reference sheet and a pose reference image in there, and I'll draw the people in that image as their personas. Well, guys, if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and definitely don't forget to hit that bell. Until next time, thanks for watching.